Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show, and welcome to another episode of the Diamine Inkvent calendar. How is everyone doing today? Are you having a nice day? I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are in the world. Today we are looking at another Diamine Inkvent calendar day. Today is day 23, but first, let's share this with our friends so that they can come and hang out with us too. At this time, I would encourage you to share this with your friends so that they can also come and hang out with us too. Hi, Vermilion Tea. How are you doing today? Are you having a nice day?
This is a reminder. 1 p.m.
1 p.m. and all is well. Show y'all what I'm doing so you know I'm not just sitting here doing nothing. Alright. Let's get this party started. One year when I did the Diamine Inkvent calendar, I sang. I know. I was asked. I was told in a GIF how someone felt about it. It went something like, "If you do that again, I shall kill you right now. Do not do that again." Hi, Obs. How are you doing? Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. All right, we are doing day 23. Here we go. Today is Diamine Fireside Snug, and it is a standard ink. Woohoo! Let me tell you, I'm so excited I can poop my pants right now, and I should be just fine. I just love standard inks because they are few and far between in the Diamine Inkvent calendar these days. So, all I know is that this year has been too sparkly Diamine, too sparkly. Just knock it off. Alright, so here is our entry for the day on 52 GSM Tumbleway River. Very nice, very nice. And here is our ink panel so far. We have a really nice red, which oops, what did I do with it? Be right back. I forgot to put my pens back. Alright, I know you're in here. This afternoon, I went to Starbucks and I did a job. I did a calligraphy job for a client who called me at 8 this morning. Okay, it was probably closer to 9 or maybe even 10. I was still sleeping. And probably got this groggy voice. So, if you're watching this, I do apologize for sounding so groggy this morning. But I literally woke up to a telephone call. And I always answer my calls when they happen. So, alright. So I did ink up tinsel in the Noodler's Conrad because I thought that would be fun. I made a whole $50 today. I know. Unbelievable, right? I made up a little Christmas tree card. Ooh, can I show it? I don't know. Let me see. Where is it? Can I show it without doxing people? That is the question. Oops. There we go. Save. Okay. There it is. All right. Okay. Uh-oh. I just realized I'm going to have to, there. Hopefully that'll be better. There. There it is. Isn't that cool? This was my tester, of course. But I thought that was amazing. And they asked me to write a little bit on the inside, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And signed his name, which was really nice. And I told him, I was like, I was just going to charge him $20, but I told him, I was like, the last time I did a calligraphy job, I got $47 for an 8x11. And he handed me a $50 bill, and I said, are you sure? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, thank you so much. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Couldn't believe it. So excited. All right. So here we go. We got this going on. This is today's ink. So now we have all of the colors. We have a red, an orange, a yellow, a green, a teal, a blue, an even darker blue, an even darker blue, darker blue, blue, purple, magenta, pink, brown, 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 gray, gray, brown, brown, black, dark blue, peach, and like winey colored. So we have all the, and the bright pink. So we have all the colors now, which is perfect. I just wish that they all weren't so shimmery. All right. Oh, gee Louise, Christmas. Can I have some? Thank you. Here is our ink of the day. Uh-oh. Jeepers creepers. I totally forgot to do the ink painting. So for those of you who don't know how I do the ink painting, I have this little water bottle, and I spray on the back side to keep it from buckling. And then I spray the front side from far away. You can't even see. From far away. And then I get real close, and then I let it run. And then when I set it down, it runs backwards. Runs the opposite way. Ooh, this one kind of looks like fire. Woo! Fire on the lake. Fire on the lake. Are you single? The color song? Red, yellow, green, red, blue, blue, blue. Red, purple, green, yellow, orange, red. Red, red, yellow, green, red, blue, blue, blue. Red, purple, green, yellow, orange, red. Red. Blend them all and what do you get? Cherry, chartreuse, and aqua. Mauve, beige, and ultramarine, and every color in between. Huzzah! Canon, chalum, color has its harmony, and just like I have said. Red, yellow, and light blue, pink, gray, and white, and plaid, and blue, green, white, and Atulians. No? Alright, this one doesn't want to lie down. I'm busy. I don't have time for your shenanigans. Lie down, thank you. Alright, this one is kind of an orangey brown, although in the writing it looks definitely brown. What you see is kind of sort of what I see. So, it's kind of a dark orangey brown. Ink swatch, water resistance test shows it does have a little bit of water resistance. I might consider using this on the outside of an envelope. Here's our toilet paper chromatography. I see 3 different colors in here. I see like a reddish orange, and then like a normal orange, and then like a light orange, like a peach tone, and then along that I see yellow. So there's like a half of a rainbow there. Like red, dark orange, orange, and then yellow. Very interesting. And here is our ink painting of the day. Beautiful. Oh. Okay. Let's do a little calligraphy, shall we? I'm all out of calligraphy practice paper, so we're just gonna have to use a new piece of calligraphy practice paper. This is Diamine. Fireside Snug. Ink keeps up with very fast movement, so that's nice. This is Yovo Broadnib, Serendipity. I was so sad when Serendipity went out of business. Like, if people would have just really given this a chance, like, you guys would have been so happy if you would have gotten one. Alright. Writing sample. Beautiful. Very nice. Minuscule amount of skipping. Very nice. Okay, let's do a paper review on this. Okay, where's my other finger cut? Disappeared. Oh, there you are. Okay, let's do oops, what am I doing? That's the wrong button. There we go. Okay, here we go. Alright, this is the Pen and Gear memo book from Walmart.com. There is a minimal amount of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is lightweight traveler's notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Super lightweight traveler's notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, a little bit of ghosting. This is Moleskin 70 GSM. Feather like a chicken, bled to the page. Field Notes Journal. A little bit of wiggle, bled to the page. Fabriano Eco Qua 85 GSM. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Ayush 100 GSM paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Leuchtturm 1917. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghost. There's something going on with this line of paper, so we're going to ignore that because I don't know what happened. There's something going on in that line of paper, but barely any bleeding, minimal amount of ghosting. Midori MD paper. Had a little trouble grabbing the page, a little bit of ghosting. 52 GSM Tumbleway River. Beautiful shading. Look at all that shading. Let's see, is there any sheen in here? I don't see any sheen, so that's okay. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is Cosmo Air Light 75 GSM. Look at that shading. Ah, oh, beautiful. No feathering, a little bit of bleeding right there. I don't know why. Nowhere else on this page, so we'll call that a fluke. Barely any ghosting. This is Office Depot Office Max paper. Feather like a chicken, bled to the page. The Jot Journal from the Dollar Tree. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Maramon Nemosity 8 GSM Dot Grid. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Oxford Optic paper. Beautiful shading, a little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. What do you mean when you say it had trouble grabbing the page? So, some papers have a coating on top of them to keep them from bleeding through the page that make them so slick that the ink kind of skips on top of the page, kind of like ice skating or like rock skipping. It's just boop, boop, boop. It's only grabbing the page where it's touching, and the way that you can twist and manipulate the pen depends on if the nib is laying flat. How do I put this? If we zoom in, you can see that there's like this butt shape on the bottom of the nib, right? You can see that there's like 2 tines of the nib, right? And sometimes the nib isn't ground equally. And if there's any gap, see right here at the bottom, there's just the littlest, tiniest gap so that the ink can get to the page. Well, depending on if you rock this way or this way, will depend on that very small gap between the bumps of the nib touching the page. In between, say here would be the gap where the ink flows onto the page, and if it's not exactly flat, then it will, if it's rotated just even the tiniest bit, sometimes you'll be able to get it grabbing on one side or the other, but you won't get a good firm, solid touching of both tines to the page. And what will happen is the capillary action will break. It's such a small amount of ink that's going through that little tiny channel. It's a microscopic. You can barely even see it. Like, I have to have a loupe. I have to have a magnifying loupe just to even be able to see the space. But there is a space there between the tines. and sometimes they're not equal. And when I'm writing, I try and keep my pen in the same direction when I'm writing. I don't twist my pen while I'm writing. I keep it in one orientation the entire time that I'm writing. Some people learn how to write and they twist their pen just ever so slightly so that way it can accommodate the page. But I don't. I keep it the same all the way across. And sometimes from one space to the other it will lose traction of the ink. That makes sense? Alright, this is CVS Caliber Soft Journal. A couple of little feathers, beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Oh, I need to back out just a little bit. Let's see what's going on. Alright, this is Saustrine Greens all over the world, Handel's Company. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Tiny little bit of micro bleeding. This is Clairefontaine 90 GSM. Oh, beautiful shading, a little bit of feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Exceed 100 GSM heavyweight paper from Walmart.com. A little bit of feathering, bled to the page. This is definitely going to be one of the papers that is discontinued in the new year. This is Artern Olive notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Up and Up Wide World composition book from Target.com. Beautiful shading, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. True Red composition book from from Staples.com. Beautiful shading, a little bit of feathering, bled to the page. Shall you list all the tough ones on your website? Yes, I'm definitely going to make them available after I'm done doing the Inkvent, because I'm going to scan everything into the computer and then I will make sure and put them on the website. I'm going to have to make a whole new page. Alright, this is Apica 81.4 GSM. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. This is Pelican notebook paper. Beautiful shading, tiny bit of feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. I don't know what that is. I think that might be transfer from the one below. This is the Nanami 7 Seas 68 GSM Tumaway River from Dromghouls.com. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. This is Sanzan Tumaway River. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. This is U-Style notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. CVS Caliber notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Oxford notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. 5-star notebook paper. A little bit of shading, a little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Pen and Gear heavyweight notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Yes. HP Premium 32-pound copy paper. Beautiful shading, a little bit of feathering, a little bit of ghosting. This is JNB Copperplate Graph Pen from JohnNeilBooks.com. Beautiful shading, no feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Oops. Booped the camera. Sorry about that. Rhodia Dot Pad 80 GSM. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Aqua B cross-section pad. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. Original Crown Mill 100 GSM paper. Feather like a chicken. Bleeding and ghosting. Okay, let's do a comparison pan. Let's see where this ink lies. For anyone who is interested, we will be having a Zoom call at 2 p.m. Pacific sharp. I will be leaving at 3 p.m. So this will be a short one. What am I doing? Okay. So, where is this ink gonna lie? I think we're going to try the oranges first. And then we will try some browns, because I think that this might lean a little more orange than brown. Hi, Amanda. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Alright, this is Diamine Fireside Snug. Next to Robert Oster NG Special. Let's see, any of these match at all? Can I have some? Maybe. Alright, Earth Brown is kind of... we're getting closer. Tacha Hokusai Bennett Sushi is kind of close. Colorverse Tango is kind of close. Even Deep Dark Orange is kind of close. Noodlers, Cayenne is kind of close. Let's bump up the light so we can see what we're looking at. Even Colorverse Martian is kind of close. Oh no, this is much oranger than that. Diamine Sunset is kind of close. Let's see if any of these other ones are kind of close. Okay, Tacha, Shiraku, Koyami is kind of close. Kyo Iro, Moonlight of Higashiyama is kind of close. Diamond Vintage Copper is kind of close. Even Red Panda is kind of close. KWZ Monarch is a little close. Even Autumn Oak is a little close. In the lighter spot. And even Birmingham Firebox is kind of close. Okay, let's take a look at some brown inks just to cover all of the bases. Okay, this is clearly not a brown ink. I may have been mistaken. Oh, cognac brown, maybe? Brandy Snap was another one that was in Diamine Inkvent calendar, but not this. Oh, Diamine Terracotta's kind of close. It's very strange how some oranges could look brown and some browns could look orange. Okay, here we go. This is Private Reserve Vampire Red. This is more when I think of dried blood. Okay, this is clearly not a brown, so this is definitely going in the orange pile. Well, we got 2 more days of the Diamine Inkvent calendar, and I'm going to tell y'all right now that tomorrow will be a very early stream. I will be here at 11 a.m. tomorrow at 11 a.m. And then Christmas Day, I will be doing a pre-recorded video. Because tomorrow night, I will be doing a live reading of A Visit from St. Nick to the Rave Children. So, look forward to that. So, that's all that I've got for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. Check out my new website, join the calligraphy class, and the Discord. And if you'd like to save 10% off on your next order, click the link in the description to Pen Boutique. And I will be back very soon with another video. So, take care until then. And if you're not here tomorrow, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope you guys have a great holiday, whatever you're celebrating. Have a great day. Okay, love you, bye.